Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Yeah, I wanna fly like an eagle to the sea. I wanna fly like an eagle. Let my spirit carry me. Certainly, my singing isn't going to carry me on this Wednesday, June 14th, 20 and the 23. I don't have much time. I got to get moving. Actually, have two appointments today, two meetings, one at 11 and the other is at noon. But I need to drive to Chesterton before that 11 o'clock meeting. And Chesterton's about 25 minutes away from here. I'm in the southeast corner of Valparaiso, Indiana, the farm fields of Valparaiso, as you know, coming to you live from the Fortress of Solitude Studios. Taking a look at where we stand right now. I think we've decided what's Albertsons doing right now. They're at 2092. We'll still keep an eye on them. If we're going to, I was going to let this expire and then probably just sell these 500 shares off. I'll keep considering that as we go. The Katera Energy, I think we're going to let that go. EOG, yeah, you know me. We might let that go as well. Ford, though, I mean, we've done very well on Ford, but our big number came from a special dividend that they paid us on March 1st. So if you look at our numbers here, I've got 300 shares of Ford at $13.36 a share for a total investment of $4,008 on March 1st. They paid me the fixed dividend of 105.06 and then the special dividend because they sold off the stake they had in Rivian, the electric car company, and they returned all that money to the shareholders. And I was like, hey, that's me. So they gave me a boatload of money, $455.24. And then all of these premiums would all be regarding calls and rolling covered calls. I didn't put any put premium in here. I did have some put money that we made on Ford, but I didn't include that because I just wanted to run the numbers based on this $4,008 investment. So we've got March 9th, March 30th, April 3rd, April 24th, and then we have May 30th, June 1st, June 7th for a total of $772.36 in dividends and premium divided by our investment of $4,008. That's a 19.2% return on our dollar bills. And that trade, or how long we've been in the trade, is 108 days. So if we take that number, divide it by 108 days, and then annualize it by multiplying by 365 days, that gives us an annualized return of 65.12%. So I'm on the fence, and the reason is it's a few fold. One is I could easily just keep rolling this, rolling, making some dollar bills, easily until I can't roll it anymore. Because right now, if we click through on the Ford and we go to roll, because Ford is it's well above $14 now. And that's it's been a long time since it's been above $14 for any sustained period of time. So it's at $14.30 and rising. We've got a $13.50 call. So we could make some dollar bills just by rolling in a week and staying and sticking at the $13.50. And we could just keep doing that until we can't do it anymore, until it wouldn't be a favorable investment or return on our capital. Because if we rolled it right here, we'd be looking at $15. Hey, Bart, that's not a lot. But if we do the math, so we'd only be adding 7 days to the trade. Okay, so that would be $15 divided by the total investment of $4,008 divided by 7 days that we're adding to the current trade, annualizing that at 19.5%. So that is more than if it was just sitting in the cash in the Robinhood account, gathering and collecting 4.65% interest in an asset that we already own, right? And if we continue to own it, then our dividends will only be taxed at capital gains rate instead of ordinary income. So that's something to consider. That is something to consider. So, but I thought you wanted to trim some of your positions or eliminate them so you didn't have so many to think about. That's true, but it doesn't take much thought to just keep rolling covered calls. It doesn't. $15, huh? in a net 7 days. Let's just see if 15s actually can be accomplished. See, it's saying low probability. What if we do the 5 or the 6, 7? Let's just put 7 on the board and leave it for a little while. So that would be a credit of $21, which then changes our number, doesn't it? 21 divided by 4,008 investment divided by the 7 days multiplied by the 365 annualized. Now we're up to 27.3%. So let's just put that on the board. Yes, and see if we can't collect it, because right now it's not going to fill. But what happens after the Fed announces that they're going to not raise rates? The market loves to know what's happening. They love certainty and dislike uncertainty. So if the Fed, according to what our current numbers are on the Fed watch, let's keep an eye on them. Let's watch them. The Fed watch, which has been a very accurate predictor of what the Fed will do with rates, is saying there's a 92% chance that there's going to be no change, with only 8% chance there's a hike. If there's a hike, then the market is going to react unfavorably. Now, I predict, and this is what's fun about these videos, is that I predict that the market will act favorably right after the announcement that there will be no rate hike. Now, my plan is, or what I'm hoping is, this gets filled during that little green bump up, okay? And I have other ideas during that time as well, which I have a target. I have some target action that I want to make as well. Probably some, what else do we have that I know we need to do? We've got a handful of moves that I'd like to make today, and a few of those will probably take place at our most advantageous trade. The most premium will be after that bump happens at 1 p.m. Central. So it's be 2 o'clock Eastern when they announce that they will not be raising rates. And then Fed Chairman Jerome Powell, he'll speak at 1:30 Central, 2:30 Eastern, and he may have some hawkish tones just to kind of balance things out, like, oh, we're stopping for now, but it's still on the table for us to raise next month. So that's likely what he will say, which then could throw a wet towel on the blanket party. But in the meantime, if I can sell off some covered calls, roll some at the most advantageous prices, then I'd like to do so. So at this moment in time, so like for instance, Gilead, is it up or down today or flat? It's in the red, but I would think that they will be a little bit in the green when the market reacts favorably when the announcement is made regarding the rate. So I've got 300 more shares to sell calls on, right? So if we look at selling calls 1 week out to the 9th on Gilead and the Sciences, and we looked at 79 strike price, okay, put it on the board, and then we continue through, we put our 3 up there. So if I wanted the 58, which would be a low likelihood of filling right now, but if I put the 58 on the board, that has a higher potential to fill according to my investment thesis. Oh, you and your investment thesis. You're like you're just so knowledgeable. I'm not, obviously, and that's why I like to trade these videos in real time. I like to make these trades in real time. So hopefully over time, there will be some sort of maturity to my trading and some learning, and we will make some money. That's the plan. So let's put these on the board, these 300 shares, and then we'll cross our fingers and hope they will fill. But I will be back in the trading chair by 1 p.m. Eastern. By 1 p.m. Central. That is the current plan. Otherwise, I might have to make a couple moves from my phone. So that's what we have going on at this very moment. Thanks for tuning in. Tuning in here. We got the 2 trades on the board, trying to make a few dollar bills at the high end of those the roll and the covered calls. So thanks for being my best friend in stocks, options, and dividends. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share it with your very, very best friends, and I'll see you, yep, you know when, in the next video.